Okay, I'm Carim and this is Gala.
Hi.
Hi. We're Psapp. We're from London and we started as a band probably, oh God, we know each other for 7-8 years.
At first, we didn't really kind of understand what each other wanted from music, and gradually, as time went on, we realised that we had really similar ideas about what we wanted, and we could both bring something very different to the band. So it happened gradually, and then one day suddenly we were in a band, and there was no going back after that.
It just took a while to evolve into sort of a sound we were happy with, but we both sort of always liked to use sort of odd sounds to make still sort of classic songs in a way. We see ourselves as songwriters, and the way we put everything together and the instruments we use is just part of the process. Especially every song sort of got a life of its own, so when it starts, you never have in mind where it's going to go, and it's like a little seed you plant, and then it sort of grows and grows and
into
then
a surprise. There's an expression in English called it was the straw that broke the camel's back. It means something really minor, something subtle and weighing less than a feather is enough. If you have enough pressure on, it takes one tiny thing to make the back break or to make you snap.
And if you carry on with something, if you go down that way, if you stick together, do a project, or if you run off, do something else. And there were a lot of those sort of moments during recording this record, and that's why it ended up being called The Camel's Back.
You just evolve without noticing. It's like, as you grow up as a child, you don't see your face changing every day, and it's the same with with music, really. The only thing I notice is I think it's louder than our last records. I think we've gradually become a louder band. It's like, I think we like to combine something that's quite sweet with something quite evil. I think most of our videos are a mixture of, ooh. So there's some things in the band that Carim is better at, some things I'm better at, but everything is discussed between us. We usually have quite strong ideas of what we want.
We did really use everything we had, sort of from our furniture to the floor of the house, to sort of create the sound of a band without ever using a real drum kit or a real band. There's definitely a lot of sounds that we only used on that record. We were walking along the Thames and the whole floor was littered with leaves. So we made a rhythm track out of crushing leaves and walking across the leaves.
When we were in Luxembourg, we recorded all those bricks and that big metal container that we were bashing with the bass drum. Anything that happens to us might be relevant and end up on a song, just as the objects that we see and use we might like the sound of and use them in one of our songs. It's the same with experiences or people. It's all part of, creating an identity and creating your own music that is exclusive and special to you.
It's nice if it feels like you can sort of tell that the year or the 2 years have passed, and what happened in that time is sort of condensed like a summary.
There's usually some rehearsing happening, or we'll spend some time in the studio. There's almost always cups of tea and cake as well. That's very important.
Yeah, but we don't really have a routine. I think I'm definitely not a person for a routine. I like sort of surprises, like when you're in the mood, suddenly go, let's just drive somewhere and run around the forest, or when you don't expect it, they're like, let's make some music or build an instrument out of bones.
Although typically we would have cake at some point. That's fair,
or tea.
isn't it? Or both.
We only know cats, we don't hang out with people.
Only cats seem to like our music, so we have to be respectful back to them, otherwise it wouldn't be fair.
Hello, we are Psapp, and say hello to everyone at Scanner TV. Hello.